Coffins are these bad boys. Usually hexagonal shaped, 6 sides, sometimes 8 sides, tapered at the bottom. They're anthropoid, which means they resemble the shape of a human. In May, I visited several funeral homes in Australia, and one in particular had a huge storeroom of coffins. It was like walking into Dracula's lair, because in North America, I'm so used to seeing these guys, caskets. Caskets are rectangle, usually lined with fabric, and they're kind of boring. I mean, you know, whatever, they're fine. Caskets. Woo! From a letter in 1859, Mr. Barstow of Rhode Island writes that the rectangular casket is much better than the human-shaped coffin because, and I quote, they obviate, in some degree, the disagreeable sensation produced by a coffin on many minds. Basically, no one wants to be reminded that there's an actual dead body in there. When caskets first caught on, they were promoted as having a clean, simple, chaste design. Unlike those sexy coffins, am I right? Strumpets? Tots? Besides the 4 sides versus 6 sides debate, there hasn't ever been that much revolution in terms of coffin or casket design, although a good outlier is the 1848 patent for something called the Fisk airtight coffin. The designer, Almond Fisk, created a coffin that was cast iron and shaped to the body like a mummy sarcophagus, including a small window over the face for a grieving widow to peek in. Of course, as I talked about in my exploding casket video, creating an airtight environment for a putrefying corpse is such a bad idea. Though they did go to mass market, the brand didn't last much longer after the factory burnt down and the inventor, Mr. Fisk, died from his injuries. Although it did really amp up our American obsession with preservation, which still shows in our insane metal caskets today. Speaking of innovation, nowadays if you go to Ghana, you can buy a handmade casket in the shape of a cell phone, chicken, Coke bottle, airplane, camera, and my favorite, a uterus. Womb to tomb, my friends, womb to tomb. Throughout history, there's been the question, do we even need caskets or coffins, or is just a shroud enough for burial? In 1784, Joseph II, Holy Roman Emperor, released regulations that said, basically, look, graves are for decomposing. Take your naked dead bodies, sew them into linen shrouds, and put them in a grave with as many people as have died that day, and cover the whole pile in quicklime. The public did not go for these regulations, although I think they're rather communal. What can I say? People have a weakness for coffins.